Welcome to the Plauti Winter Release webinar. Good to see you all joining this webinar, and that you are all interested in the new features we have released in the winter release. It was released December 1st. The main topic is all about the nice features we have added regarding AI for Plauti Deduplicate. Also a really nice feature for Plauti Restore, our latest app in our suite. And we're also going to tell something about the new features we have added to Plauti Assign. And also want to share a use case for you about intelligent routing, where we showcase how we can combine our different apps into one workflow. Well, a short introduction. My name is Johan van der Hoek, and together with my fellow product owner Joshua Euwijk, we are responsible for the product suite within Plauti for all products and for all platforms. And yeah, we're going to show you those features. So we have a little agenda. So we're going to talk about Plauti Deduplicate and all the AI goodies we have added to it, but also something about Restore, which has a big integration with Plauti Deduplicate. I should talk about Plauti Assign, the past assignment feature, and also about something about the new UI and to control the app. And we have the use case about intelligent routing. At the end, we also have a Q&A. So if you, during the session, have any questions, please drop them in the Q&A section and we will answer them at the end of the session. We also share this recording. So after this one, you will automatically receive an email with a link to the recording. Well, Josh, as a product owner for Plauti Deduplicate, you've worked really hard with your team to add all these new features. Can you tell us something about the nice stuff you have added?
Yes, Johan, thank you for the introduction, and thank you all for joining this webinar. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the AI initiatives that we took in Plauti Deduplicate. Several months ago, my colleague Ruben introduced AI Merge Recommendation, where we explained the rules versus reasoning, so mathematical merge rules versus the reasoning, the record context of which field values you want to keep while using AI Merge Recommendation. So instead of rigid mathematical rules, it looks at the whole record context and see, hey, these type of field values is better to keep because of the whole record context. Now that same principle foundation we're going to use in our new AI feature called AI Match Recommendation, which you can use in PD jobs. I assume that most of you already ran some PD jobs before, and sometimes you are using strict scenario rules to find real duplicate records without a lot of fuzziness in it, which doesn't find a lot of duplicates, but the main ones that you are sure of. And sometimes you want to create a job with some loose scenario, with some loose rules that finds more fuzzy duplicates, but also a lot of false duplicates. And then you can find maybe hundreds or thousands of pairs. And then the heavy task starts, right? You have to review all those pairs manually. Those pairs that have maybe an 80% match or an 85% match. And it's a task that takes a lot of time. And with AI Match Recommendation, we give you a tool to speed up that process. You basically have an assistant that goes through all those pairs that were found via a PD job, and it analyzes it for you. Again, it doesn't use then scenario rules, so it's rules versus reasoning also in this feature. So instead of scenario rules, it looks at the whole record context and decides based on that if those records that were flagged as duplicates in the PD job are really duplicates or if they are maybe unique records. With that, it can go through the results much faster, and then you only have to look at the pairs that still need some manual review, that the AI was not certain that it is a duplicate or a unique record. And then you can apply your auto merge on a lower threshold, because when I run an auto merge job, I normally use it on a 95% threshold or maybe 90% if I'm a little bit certain about that. But normally I will not run an auto merge job, and I guess you're the same on an 80% or a 70% threshold. But with AI Match Recommendation, each pair will get then an advice like a duplicate, unique, or uncertain. And then you can run an auto merge job at a 70% threshold plus the duplicate AI status. Because AI said these records are on the record context are duplicates. So you can then run an auto merge job on a much lower threshold. And I would like to show you that in a short demo. So it's demo time.
Oh, cool. Well.
So first, let's enable AI match recommendation. And it's on the same place as the AI merge recommendation over here. And it uses the same module as before as the AI merge recommendation. So if you already enabled AI merge recommendation, you can just enable AI match recommendation as well without signing a new DPA. So it's included in that one. You can also, if you didn't sign up yet for the AI merge recommendation, you can also only enable AI match recommendation if you want. In that case, you need to sign the DPA again for the first time. I already signed it over here. And then we can go to the batch process. So let me show you how to do that. As I said before, the AI match recommendation is only applied for now on the results in a PD job. I already have here some results, but let me show you the workflow. I create a new job. Let me give it a proper name. So you select your object, and it works with any object, right? With account content lead, but also with custom objects. You select your scenarios that you want to use. You can add filters or cross object. And here we have a new option called add AI match recommendation. You can enable it right away, or you can start it after the job is finished. And from here, you can set a threshold which pairs you want to analyze with AI. It can be from 70 till 93, maybe 93 and up. You're already sure that those are genuine duplicates, so you don't want to analyze those. But you can also say, oh, I want to analyze all the duplicates found by this job. I want to do a verification with the AI match recommendation. And if you want, you can immediately apply afterwards the auto merge. We have here a new filter, basically, where you can select where the auto merge should be applied on. Here you still have the threshold. So now what I can, for example, do is take a lower threshold in combination with the AI match recommendation status of duplicate. You can see that here. And here a little statement, merging records cannot be undone. Normally, I agree with this, but nowadays we have Plauti Restore, where you can undo a merge. So in the Restore app, we basically create a snapshot of the master record that's kept. So after a while, if you want to reverse the merge, undo a merge, you can do that in the Plauti Restore app, and it brings the master record back to the state before the merge was performed. It retrieves the deleted loser records back into Salesforce, and most of the relations are also set back to the correct record that was before the merge event. Before I start, I will remove the auto merge because I want to show you some of the AI match recommendations. You can click on next. The AI match recommendations is always run on platform, but you can run the job itself, the search job, on the desktop or on cloud. For now, I'll just run it on the Salesforce platform. And then it just runs it. And after the search job is finished, it runs the AI match recommendation job automatically. For this demo, I will not wait for that. I already have here some results, and I want to show you how that looks like. So when you view the results, you see immediately here some AI advice, a new column, which can have 3 different statuses. The first one is here, uncertain, duplicate, and unique. So let me first open this example, basically the example that we also use for AI merge recommendation. And if you go to pair view, because we check everything per pair, so we do the matching process, the AI match recommendation works per pair. And here you see also an explanation why it thinks it's a duplicate. And the good thing here, when you merge from this PD job, it also stores this in the audit log, objects. So you have full transparency if you need to look back, hey, why were these records merged? You see this explanation as well in the audit log. And as you can see here, it's the AI match recommendation thinks these are duplicates. Despite the minor spelling in the name, you cannot see it here, but if I open it up, there's a minor spelling mistake here also in the email and also in the company name. But all things together, for example, the birth date, the country, it uses all fields basically. So not only the fields in the scenario, it doesn't check the scenario anymore. It checks the whole record as a context.
So it basically has the whole context of the record.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
So all the field information on that record itself. And then it says, okay, it's a duplicate, even though it's a 72% match with my scenario. And normally I don't run an auto merge on a 70% level, but with this one, I can. Another example over here, Robert and Bobby Johnson, it's the same. Also got a duplicate. And again, in the pair view, you can see it, why it is. So it recognized Robert Bobby. It's a high similar match. It also recognized that there are as you can see here, the emails are totally different, but there's also a personal email field on the first record that has this email address. So even though with the scenario rules, you're comparing the email fields, but here I can compare email fields cross-field basically. So it helps with the matching process with AI. Now, sometimes it's uncertain because AI gets mixed signals. Example is in this one. It sees, hey, the person, the first name is more or less similar. Liz is abbreviation for Elizabeth. It has the same last name, work at the same company. It has the same email, but the birth date is a little bit different. The phone is different, and the country is, for example, different. So it gets mixed signals, and basically it says, hey, a human should review this to see if these are genuine duplicates.
Yeah.
The next one we have here, for example, unique. So here we can check again, despite the identical person name and birth dates, the email and mobile phone and the company are different. So this probably are two people born on the same day with the same name, but are totally different people. So it says these are unique persons. And from here, let me show you how you can run an auto merge. So from here, you can also start again a new AI match recommendation or an auto merge from here to say, and merge everything that's a duplicate, for example. You can click on next and it will run. Another thing that you can do, and that's already here, we can also export the results. It's already an older feature, but it contains now also the AI advice and the explanation that belongs to the pairs. And what's also handy here, over here, is that you can use our OJR, the overall job results, and you can filter on the AI advice. So if you have different teams working on different sectors, for example, per country or per industry, they can see here all the duplicate groups or pairs that have an AI advice uncertain. And from there, they can manually review. Those are a lot less because it already handled the duplicates and the unique advice. And yeah, the team has less manual review, and that's what we like. Yeah, I think that's it, what I wanted to show. Back to the
presentation. That looks awesome, Josh. Yeah, really cool to see how you're using AI, not only to take over. It's not taking over, but it's really giving more context to data so that we better understand what's going on. And also it speeds up the deduplication basically. So that it really gets, has this efficiency, brings it to the floor so that we can focus on other things like going through all the, instead of going through all the deduplicates, the records.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, really nice, really nice. Yeah, awesome. If you have any question, again, drop them in the Q&A and we'll answer them at the end of the session. I already saw some questions coming in, so thanks for that. Nice. Yeah, next one. That's about Plauti Assign, our routing app. Yeah, for that one we added some a nice feature that was shared with asked by a lot of customers, and that's one of the things is the pause feature in Plauti Assign. And basically, what that does is that you can pause an assignment for a certain time. And the reason customers are asking for that feature is if there is like now the holidays are coming up, but also when a team is at a really high workload and cannot handle any new records anymore, they basically want to pause the assignment for that team or maybe for the whole company, so that SLAs don't get tracked, and people basically don't get into trouble because they are not meeting their SLAs. So for that, we have introduced the pause assignment feature, and we have added that at 2 levels. So on one hand, you can add the global pause at the org-wide setting, let's say, so that all teams do not get any assignments anymore, any records assigned. And the other one is on a group level, so on a team level, where you can say, okay, and especially in maybe international companies where they have multiple teams across the globe, can say, okay, this group is on a high workload. Let's pause all assignments for them, and meanwhile, it can overflow to another group who can act as a backup and pick up all those records so that the customers get the attention they need. So that's one of the features we have added, and I will show you in a minute. Also, when as you know from the previous webinar, we are introducing a new UI for Plauti Assign. And one of the things we have now added is that also all the settings that you normally had to change yourself in the or had to change in the metadata, you can now also do that, control that from the front end. So in the UI we have added the app settings. You can control all those settings over there. Also added validation, because that was also a thing that, basically when you add something via the metadata, there's no validation in Salesforce. And now via the UI, it's validated to make sure that you don't get any bad configuration. But let me show you how that looks like in Plauti Assign. So over here we have I have to go to another tab over here. So for the app settings, this is the new UI. So from the Plauti Assign app, we have the Assign setup that gives you the overview of all the match groups and capacity models, etc., but also the app setup. From here, you now will see the settings app. And if you click this one, then you will have the overview of all the metadata that you can add, or that you can configure, including so the plugin class name. So there's one feature in Plauti Assign where you can use our own plugins as a distribution method, but also set some default notifications, even an error notification address and stuff like that, and also how to order all the queued records. So that's something you can do from here. And all you have to do is just click on the configure button, which opens the edit modal. You can update this one, save it, and then it will automatically update the metadata. And from then on, this one will be configured. So that's one of the future features that we have added as part of that new UI. Now, then we also have the pause assignment feature. Now, that's on two levels, let's say. So on one hand here in the app setup, we have the pause assignment. This is for the global pause. So this is for all teams that you have configured in Plauti Assign, that they don't get any records assigned during that period. And all you have to do is just click on the configure button. It will show you a model with a start date and an end date. So let's say within today, I think after this webinar, we probably are going to hit the holidays, I guess. So let's say from 5 o'clock, we'll start that one. Maybe I'll change it a bit because then we can also see what happens if it gets activated, 22. And let's say it starts on January 2nd or so. So during that period, from 7:30, no records will be assigned and those will get queued. So it's now configured. And once it hits that date, so the 18th of December at, 4 o'clock or 4:22, it will automatically pause all assignments for all those teams. It will queue them up. and once the assignment or the pass stops, then it will automatically, based on the ruling that's available in all your match groups, will assign the records again. Well, you see it's 22 now, so it should be available now. So if I refresh the app, then in all screens of the app, you will now have this bar shown, this warning shown, saying, okay, all assignments are passed from now on until January 2nd, 7 o'clock. So everything will get queued, and once it's January 2nd, 7 a.m., from that moment on, all records that were queued will get assigned again, following all the match rules and all match groups. So that's how you can use this one. The same thing you can also do on a match group level. So let's say that we open an active one, Oceania B2B, for example, and then via the settings tab, if you scroll down, you have the pass assignment component, and this operates exactly in the same way. So if you click the configure button, you can set the start date, end date, and as soon as it's active, then no records will get assigned to this match group during that period. If it matches any other match group that is not on a pass, then that record will get assigned to that group. So then you are sure that it will get picked up. If it doesn't match anything, then that record will get queued, and once the match group is available again, the record will get assigned. The only good thing to know of the big difference between those two settings is, on one hand, it's the global or the team thing, but the other one is that with the local one, so for a group, the status of the group will become inactive during that period. And as soon as the pass is over for that group, it will automatically get back to an active status and the records will get assigned. Where if you use the pass assignment for the complete org, then only the engine will get a pass. So all groups are still active, but the engine is passed, so it won't route any records. So that's a big difference, but at the end, the functionality will remain the same. So this is what we have added to Plauti Assign, and is available on your org since December 1st, so you can use this one.
Yeah, that's really cool, because if a team is on a holiday or on a company outing, they can, it doesn't screw up their SLA or KPIs, right?
Yeah, that's real. And I think that all salespeople then really have an issue with their bonuses. So they will be happy with this one, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Nice.
Yeah. So that's Plauti Assign. Yeah, well, I think that the other one we want to talk about is also on my plate, I guess. That's about smart routing. And what is smart routing? That's basically how we see it is that we have all those apps in our suite. And also for Assign, for example, we got some questions from customers. Are you going to use or are you going to add AI functionality, capacity, features to Plauti Assign? And then we thought, yeah, okay, that's something we can do. Okay, cool. But what if we use one of our other apps and integrate it basically, or tell our customers how they can integrate those apps into one seamless workflow? Wouldn't that be an easier solution? And because the other apps can also be used for multiple other features or workflows. So that's something we want to show you today. And basically what we could do with smart routing is that we have our app is one of our apps is Plauti Manipulate, and Plauti Manipulate also has a feature for AI functionality. So it's the Ask AI feature, and the other one is the ChatGPT feature. But that can basically call an AI agent and can do magic on your data, let's say. So what you could do is, and that's a demo I've created and can show you, is that basically at first when a record comes in, whether it's a case or a lead or an opportunity or any object, AI could be triggered, not Agentforce. You don't have to use Agentforce. You can just use your OpenAI or your one of the other solutions we have added. It will analyze the case in this one. It will determine the priority, for example, based on the description, based on all the input the customer has given. It can determine the priority. It can even add the justification. Why did it think? Why does it reason that this has a urgent priority, for example? And once that is done, it will update the record, so the case, and then Plauti assign will get triggered to assign the record to the correct team that handles urgent cases, for example. Other example is that you could also do that with leads. What if a lead comes in and you want to know the industry and maybe also if it's a B2B or B2B customer, because you want to assign it to the correct team that handles, or is it engineering or aerospace in the B2B sector or something like that. In that case, you could also analyze the case, the lead, fetch external information, update the lead with, according to AI, this is maybe a B2B customer, they're in the banking sector. Hey, and that moment, it updates the record, the lead, Plauti assign is being triggered, and then it gets is getting assigned to the B2B or the B2B banking team, so that they get, on one hand, the correct record, but also a record that has been enriched with relevant data. So that's really a cool way of how you could use multiple apps from our system from our stack into one single workflow. And of course, you can also integrate Plauti Verify, Plauti Deduplicate, that if that lead comes in, it first basically verifies the data, like the addresses and phone numbers, etc. Then do a deduplication action and also a manipulate action before assigning it, so that you get dedupt and clean data assigned to your agents. That's a bit of what I wanted to say and show. So if we switch to the other screen, what we have done is build a simple web form. I think it's this one. No. How do I get that? Here it is. So I built this simple web form for a lead, let's say. So it's a Bank of America Financial Center. It has some data, etc. And I'm based in New York, so this is a new lead. And that one, Mr. Anderson will request, James Anderson, for any information. So when I submit the lead, it will go into Salesforce. If I refresh the screen, here it is. As you can see, and now Plauti Manipulate is being triggered. It will now run that AI agent and will fetch data from that customer, and will see if it's a B2B or a B2C customer and which industry they are active. So as you can see, it has a qualification status. It also has a use Plauti assign false, so don't assign it to a record yet. So once we have all the information, then the record will get assigned to the correct group. So if I open the record, it runs on the back end. Here it is. It already ran. So now Plauti Manipulate, the AI action, determined that it is in the industry banking, and that the type of lead is B2C. So that's something you can do with Plauti Manipulate. I also had Plauti Verify active. So although I didn't add all the information in the lead form, it understood that it was on 150 or Broadway 150. That's something I had in the sheet, and also that they were based in New York. And now Plauti Verify fetched the complete address. It also did a check on the phone number, so it formats it to the correct number with the +1, so the region, and even did a check on the email address, if that's a valid one or not. That's something you can also see over here in the Plauti Verify component, that it did a check on the street and completed it, and also check the phone number, which is valid. Hey, but the email address is correct, but it's a bounce address, because in this case it's not it's a fake address. So that's how you get verified and clean data, basically. You could also run the Plauti Deduplicate, of course, and that's also something you could do automatically without any human intervention, or even use the AI match and merge, I guess. Let's say now it's qualified. In this case, I manually set it to open not contacted, and then Plauti assign is being triggered, and I hope it works, of course. But what should happen now is that at the end, I think if we refresh it, it should get assigned to the correct group with to the correct group team, and to the right SNG or the employee. Another example is that's something you can do with cases as well. So over here I have a support case from Catch the Sun Pro Inc. Amanda Williams, with some case subject and some description. I can submit the case. Well, thanks for that. And now it will pop up in my, I hope, in my open case. Here it is. Again, it gets in some kind of qualification stage. So at this moment, Plauti manipulate will get triggered again. It will analyze the case and determine what kind of urgency is this or what priority. By default, it's medium, I guess. But what we already see, it already triggered the AI, and based on the description and the content or the subject, sorry, it determined, hey, this is priority urgent. And as soon as I open it, you will see that it will have the priority urgent. It also assigned it. Now it also triggered Plauti assign, and it assigned it through a group. But it seems there's no workload over there, or there are no people available.
It's the global pause is on.
It's the global. Oh yeah, the global pause is on. Yeah, that's the reason. Yeah, the global pause is on, so it's now getting queued. Well, that's at least it proves that the pause assignment is working. That feature.
Yeah.
That indeed it's queued now, and as soon as the global pause is over, then the record will get assigned to the agent, to the right team and the right agent. So this is an example of how you could use our multiple apps from our suite, integrate them, and really get smart integration and data. I think that's a bit of what we wanted to show today.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, there are some questions. First one was from Brandon. Brandon is asking, these AI match recommendation pairs, will they create the standard duplicate check duplicate records?
No, it will not create Salesforce standard duplicate records. It doesn't create any extra records. It just updates a field on the pair that's already found. So that's basically it.
Oh, okay. Thanks. Brandon also has a second question. Are there any plans to allow the flow action to use AI context? Ideally, we could use the AI matching flow, especially for the field value action when attempting to find like duplicates for unsaved records.
That's a very good question. Basically, we want to incorporate AI merge and AI match recommendation in all features that we offer. So also maybe in quick merge or in flow actions. So yeah, definitely that's something that we want to put on our roadmap. And talking about roadmap, another thing that we are working on is that AI helps you with building a scenario. So in a conversational, you converse with the AI, saying what type of duplicates you want to find, and it helps you with creating that scenario.
Yeah. Oh, that's really cool feature. Yeah, awesome. Thanks for that, Brandon. Then we got a question from Steven. Stefan, is there a link to the DPA we need to review per a pre-AI recommendation toggle?
So when you want to enable it, when you enable it, the DPA module will come up. It will ask you to review. You can then download and review the DPA. And I think we can also share it later on our website, just the latest version of the DPA. That's already available on our Trust Center. You can request it, and then you have access to the latest DPA as well.
Yeah.
But once you enable it, it will prompt you to sign it as well.
Yeah, because if you don't sign it, you cannot use the functionality. Yeah, that's what.
That's correct.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks, Stephen. A question from Robert. With the DPA that is required for enabling AI, to confirm it uses the personal lead contact data. Who sees this? How long does it hold the data? Data is not shared externally, correct?
That's correct. Yeah, there's no attention. We are also not using your data to train our model. So it's just like with the AI merge recommendation. It's safe and secure to use.
Yeah. See, that's a good one. Yeah. Thanks, Robert. Also, final question by Marco. Not sure whether it's complete. Is it possible now to? But I guess maybe that Marco wants to say, is it possible now to use? Or
yeah, that's a good question. If you're talking about the AI merge and match recommendation, it's now already possible. It's in the premium edition and up. It's within the package, so you don't pay any extra for now. So it's just within the price, within the package.
And then just a question from my side, is the functionality available for certain versions of Plauti Deduplicate or for
Yeah, so for the premium edition and up, it's available. Yeah, and it's then already in this package that you have now on the production org. Yeah.
Awesome, thanks. Yeah, I think that those are all the questions that have been registered or asked. No news one. No.
Yeah. About the feedback platform.
Yeah. Final one. So since a long time we have the feedback platform where you can share your ideas about the improvement or about new features in our apps. So I would like to invite you to share your ideas with us of what are you missing in our apps, what would you like to see, what could be improved. Share them with us. Josh and I both have access on one hand to the feedback platform, of course. We also integrate it in our Slack, so every idea you put or any comment will get a notification. And we really want our goal is for also next year and in the future to really stay on top of your feedback and get that feedback to help us building our roadmap to see what do our users really want to have in the app. So please share your feedback. Well, thanks, Jos, for joining me in this webinar today. Awesome features, I must say. Thanks all for joining us. Hope to see you in the next one. And I would say Merry Christmas.
Yeah, and Happy New Year already.
Yeah. Bye-bye.